everyone. It's Cheryl from Teaching 2 and 3-year-olds. Some days, what we have planned just simply does not work. And I wish I would have known this when I was a brand new teacher. In fact, it took me many, many years to figure this out. I would beat myself up if something I had planned didn't work out. And finally, I realized it's just the way it goes. You never, ever know how your day's gonna go when you're with young children. And it's not anything that you can control. It just happens. And I was reading a book to the children, and one laid down, and then another one laid down. And then they all got on the floor and started buzzing like bees, and it got louder and louder and louder. Now, they were, to be fair, we were talking about bugs, and they were being bees. You know, they were doing what we had been talking about, but it was getting out of control. And you know that feeling, I know you do, where you are losing them. And I knew that it was going to escalate until they were jumping on top of each other, and those buzzing noises went to screaming. And that's exactly where it started to go. And this is that moment where you can panic, which I've done in the past, or you can think, okay, what can I do to bring them back? And I immediately thought of a song that I learned long ago before I even started teaching. And I don't know if my words are even correct the way I sing it. I'm probably not, but it doesn't matter. This song, it stops them in their tracks every time because it gets them involved. And it's icky, icky, sticky, sticky bubble gum, bubble gum, bubble gum. Oh, icky, icky, sticky, sticky bubble gum sticks to your... And then I call each child one at a time, and they tell me where it sticks. And you pull it, and you pull it, and you pull it all the way. And all eyes were on me. I mean, it was magical. And my director walked by, and if she only would have seen how it was a few minutes prior to that. But my point is that I found something that got them back on track. Now, sometimes that might not even work, and then you just have to keep moving on to a different thing. And there's times when you simply have to abandon circle time altogether, and that is okay too. You just have to know that if you can't get their attention, and if they're just not into it, stop. Try something else, try a song, or like I've talked about in my secrets to successful circle times, try a prop, try a puppet, try something different to change things up, but don't keep going. If you have lost them in your book that you're reading to them, stop, put it away. It's okay. Because if you sit there and try to keep reading that book and they are all over the place, you don't have their attention, and who are you benefiting? No one. You're stressed. They're not listening. Why are you continuing? And it's because we think we have to, but you don't. You are listening to your children and where they're at. And you are being the wise teacher who is seeing that they're not into this. They might be into it tomorrow or next week or a month from now, but today, right now, is all that matters. Stop what you're doing, change it out, and if you can't find anything that's working, it's time to leave circle and do something else. And so that is one of the many tips that I love to share with you, because I've been there and I'm still there. Almost 20 years of just about 20 years of teaching, and it still happens. And it's going to happen 5 years from now. And if I'm still teaching 10 years from now, it'll still happen. It doesn't matter how many years of teaching you have under your belt. It doesn't matter. If you are not getting them engaged, you have to know to stop and move on. So that is my tip. And the great thing about that day was that after we sang the icky, icky, sticky, sticky bubble gum, we had a little art activity that had I just moved them into that without first getting their attention, it would have been a disaster. But because I got them back, in control and I dimmed the lights and I turned on some classical music and we moved over where we had a little art activity. It was like a completely different group. So hang in there, take a deep breath, know that all teachers, no matter how much experience they have, they go through these things and it's part of it. And it's okay and it doesn't make you a failure. Just go with their flow, listen to where they're at, adjust, and pretend that it was in the lesson plan. And if you want more tips like this, make sure that you are subscribing to my newsletter, because this is exactly the type of stuff that I send out, little tips like this to help you be a better teacher and have a more successful and relaxing school year. Thanks for watching.